Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. If you're watching replay, thanks for dropping in. So this is my first live of 2023. So Happy New Year, everybody. So I am working on what I've called Coffee Owl from GemsFlow. If I switch the light off, or the light pad off, you'll get a better idea if I find it. Got it. So this is what I've done so far. And this is the actual picture. So, stressed out owl holding a cup of coffee. So, nearly got the coffee cup done. Part of the owl. So, once I get this complete row done, it will be halfway. And you can see how when there's no light pad on, no gaps. As soon as I switch the light pad on, gaps everywhere. So 34 colours in this one, a lot of confetti, a lot of black as well around the edges. But the actual owl, just a lot of different shades of brown, white and cream. So it's square drills, this one. And I'm using a pen, which is unusual. Normally I use tweezers. But I started this one to show people how I would work a square drill diamond painting from scratch using a pen. Someone had emailed me and was having a lot of problems getting drills straight and was worried about the gaps. So I decided to start a diamond painting from scratch and let her see how I work on it and talk about the gaps and why they aren't that important. When you have a light pad on, it shows every minute gap, which can make it look pretty bad. But if you switch the light pad off and step back, it'll look fine. You've got to remember that the gaps with square drills are much, much smaller than with round, and nobody complains about the round. It's just the fact that the gaps with squares are uneven and it catches our attention. And people spend a lot of time trying to fix the gaps. So as usual, no topic, no plan for the live. I never do. It's just a matter of people drop in, and if they comment, then we can start talking. Talk about pretty much anything. Doesn't have to be diamond painting. So I'm doing the good old checkerboard pattern in this section. You can't see it very well because of the lighting. It keeps flooding the camera. You can't even see it when the light's off. It just looks like this whole section here is white, but it isn't. But the colour that I'm doing at the moment is white. Most of it is shades of brown. So I think the white is finished. The good thing about the GemsFlow kits is that the drills come in pre-numbered bags, so you don't need to use any kind of special storage system. Just work straight from the bags. They're resealable. Makes it nice and easy. But to be fair, I would say the drills are average. They aren't the best. They aren't the worst, but definitely not the best. I just ordered this one because I was curious. I use the GemsFlow app all the time to keep track of the diamond paintings, which ones I order, who I ordered them from, when I ordered it, when it got delivered, when I started it, when I finished it, how many colours were in it, if it was round the square drills, all that sort of stuff. Really, really good app. So I saw they had a store and decided to buy one from GemsFlow just to get an idea of what the quality is like. That's what I tend to do. I look for companies that I've never tried and buy something and try it and just see how it compares to other companies. I'd say the app is much better than the diamond paintings. The app is really, really good. I'd say the diamond paintings are, well, from this one anyway, really, really average. I do get some drills that are bigger than the rest as well. I have to watch for that. You don't want to put a drill that's bigger than it should be in a square because it starts to knock the other squares out and then you start running into problems. But not too bad overall. I've used a lot of 310 or black so far and not that many rejects, which is quite good. 310 tends to be the worst. But they aren't the shiniest drills, they aren't the straightest drills. You can see plenty of gaps. But when I switch the light pad off, it looks fine with the tray. Looks fine, but the colours are quite far off the actual picture. Kind of hard to see. I haven't done enough of it yet to really get it. But you can see plenty of gaps. Doesn't matter at all. Once it's on the wall, it will look fine. It's poured glue, so that's pretty good. Pre-labelled and resealable, so I like that a lot. That people can just work straight from the bags without having to buy a whole set of Harbour Freight boxes or Elizabeth Ward or Tic Tac containers or anything like that. Especially for people who are new and they're not sure if they're really going to get into diamond painting. I would always say if you decide you're going to try diamond painting, just use what you get in the kit. Don't start buying all these things that you see, because you might find that you don't actually like it and you've wasted money. So I would wait until you've done 2 or 3, then you know that you want to do more diamond paintings, then maybe start looking into things like light pads and stuff. Okay, 26. So I'd imagine it's going to be pretty quiet as usual. It's a weekday. In Copenhagen just now is 8:34 p.m. Most people that drop in are in America and they are anywhere between 6 and 8 hours behind. So this is a working day. Most people are at work. So it can be pretty quiet. Hi Lisa, Happy New Year. Finally somebody spoke. So how are you today? Thank you. I'll turn the light off to let you see what I've done so far. You're in bed sick, okay. You can probably hear my wife. She's been pretty bad for 2 weeks, I think. She's got, the doctor reckoned it was a type of flu and it's affecting her lungs and she has asthma. So she's been having a lot of problems with that. She's hardly slept in over a week. He said there isn't anything they can do, it'll just run its course, but it seems to be taking a very long time. So are you too sick to diamond paint? No, it's a pity. Well, hopefully you start to feel better soon. That's a good, oh yeah, stomach infection, it's not very nice. I actually had this cough, it's been going around, certainly in Copenhagen, I think in Denmark in general. This cough thing has been doing its rounds. I think when it got the worst, I think I was off work for 3 days, just kept coughing, couldn't stop it. But I don't have asthma, so it's really dragged on. And she's hardly had any sleep, as I said, for about a week, if not a bit longer. And they won't give her anything. They said her infection count is 5, which is very low. I'd never heard of an infection count before. But it's just the fact that she's got asthma. It's irritating the asthma, so her lungs are struggling. She's taking asthma medicine like she's never taken it before. It seems to help a little bit when she takes it, but not for very long. And then when she tries to lie down and go to sleep, it's worse than ever. So she's been trying to sleep sitting up, which doesn't really work. So have you been sick over New Year and Christmas, or just New Year? Not the best start to a new year. Oh, yesterday, okay. Well, hopefully it passes quickly. Yeah, I'm sure you do. So I got 3 new diamond paintings, in fact 5 new diamond paintings on Saturday. 3 of them from Diamond Art Club. So I might unbox some this coming weekend. That's the only thing with this sort of style, a lot of confetti scattered all over the place. That's a very good question. Pinkie Pie, I think, is the name of one. And Cat Bookshelf, and I can't remember the name of the third one. It's a birdhouse with some birds. Where's my phone? I'll check. Just have a look in the GemsFlow app. Pinkie Pie, which is this one. Camera just washes everything out. Can't really see it. Not going to work. Pinkie Pie. Cat Bookshelf. And I can't even remember the name of the other one. You can see I've got a lot of diamond paintings to do. Springtime Beauty. Can't really see them that well. Yeah, still a coffee owl. Because of the holidays, I haven't really been doing that much, but that's what I've done so far. And that's the actual picture. So once I get this section done here, that'll be about halfway. But a lot of confetti. On the outside, well, this area here as well, this is just pretty much solid 310, so that was just checkerboard. But when you get into this sort of stuff, it looks like maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 colours, a lot more than that. Yeah, it's beginning to look okay. Up close, it doesn't. It's I find that the ones that have got a lot of confetti, when you're working on them, you can't really see what it is. When I look at the screen, it looks better on the screen than it does here because the camera's further back, so the colours blend in better. So this looks like does look like feathers, this section, but to me it's just blocks of various shades of brown and black and tan. Can barely read this. That F, you can't really make it out up close at all. And I can't make anything out of that. In fact, I'm not even sure what it's meant to say. That's a coffee bean and a coffee mug, a spoon. But this section here, on the screen, it looks like it might say something, but looking at it from where I am, it's nothing. It's just colours, nothing. But I'm looking forward to getting to the eyes. I think the eyes are really going to make it because the colours are so different from the rest. Yellows and orange. So the eyes, I think, are really going to stand out, and I think that will really set the thing off. So I'm looking forward to getting to that point. But when I switch the light on, you can see suddenly it's just gaps everywhere. But it's not that bad. Found a loose drill. As far as being flat, there aren't any drills that are. I should have, that came out of there. There's a gap. There's no drills popping up. So it's actually better to have gaps than have them really tight, because when they're really tight, they tend to want to pop up all the time. So that one, I must have caught it with my finger, flipped it out of the box. It's definitely, well, I said earlier, it's definitely not the best quality diamond painting. I'd say it's very average. The light pad is an A2. I can work on diamond paintings. That's the width of the light pad. So I can work on diamond paintings up to 70, like 70 wide or 70 high if I turn it sideways. And that's partly why I got it, because I got fed up, because a lot of times I work on big diamond paintings and I had an A4 light pad and I had to lift the canvas up and reach underneath to press the button, and it was one of the ones with the touch sensitive button. I was accidentally knocking it on and off, and it was driving me crazy. So I saw this one and it's a lot bigger, so I don't really have to move it. And this has a dimmer switch that sits on the shelf at my knee, so I can switch it on and off from there. So no accidental bumping the button, and the brightness can go quite a bit. The camera will try and compensate, but that is very, very bright. I normally use it maybe about there. I got it on Amazon.com. I tried to find it on Amazon.de because I'm in Denmark, and Amazon.de is Germany, which is basically next door to Denmark, but they didn't have it. And I could see it was on Amazon.com. So somebody that I know through diamond painting, I contacted them and asked them if they could buy it and send it to me, and I would pay for shipping. So I actually ordered two. I got one for me, one for my wife. They're really good, but it depends on your setup. If you've got a lot of space, they're good. We're lucky in that we've got two drafting tables that face each other and they're set up permanently. So we never have to take them off or anything like that. So these light pads work really well. And they fit well on the table as well. Because I've got various stands and things attached to the table at the sides. Like I've got a boom arm for the microphone, I've got another boom arm for the camera, and I've got a light that's clamped onto the table. This light here. This is what's causing all this brightness. But these lights are really good. I can switch it from a white light, which it's on now, to a more mellow light, and I can adjust how bright things are and change the colour. I can move the light anywhere I want. It bends. Well, it's not quite a bendy light, but it's in segments. So I can move it about and get it exactly where I want it. 40, 50 centimetres, yeah. I mean, I think I've got like 4 A4s. I bought two, and that's what both of us were using. We were using them. And then I decided to buy two spare ones because I kept hearing about them breaking. But I sort of looked into it a bit more and I realised it was the connector that breaks more than anything in light pads. So I'm just getting this light a bit bright. So I looked into magnetic cables and switched over to them. And we've still got the original light pads. They work fine. It's just that light pads tend to be very flimsy at the connector. And that's normally where they break. People connecting them, disconnecting them, maybe getting knocked. If you use the magnetic cable, there's a little adapter that goes in and it stays in. And then if anybody trips over the cable or accidentally pulls it, the connector it's a magnet against a magnet, it just separates. So it doesn't put any pressure on the actual connector. So it saves the light pad. So we were doing that for a long time. And then I saw these and decided to get two. They're perfect for this size of table. But like I said, I can only go up to about 70. And then anything bigger than that, I have to slide the light pad. But it's not a big deal. It's not the same as having to lift the canvas and reach underneath and try and push the light pad to where you want it and then reach underneath and try and find the on-off switch. And that was just getting a bit much. Did I finish what I was doing? No, I didn't. Yeah, that's the sort of 70 by 90 and things like that. That was, I don't know what the camera was doing. That's the sort of size that I normally go for. But I do have quite a lot of smaller ones. This one's a bit small. Well, smallish. So if I put my arm here, I just notice it's readjusting. Check it. Don't know if that's any better. But I think accessory-wise, the light pad for me is number one. It really makes things easier. Do you use tweezers, Lisa? I would normally be using tweezers for this because it's square, but I did a video where I started this, and it was basically showing how I work square drills with a pen. So I decided I'm just going to do the whole thing with a pen. You don't use, yeah, I think most people don't use the tweezers. I think that's it. That's annoying. The trays, if you get two drills that go down side by side, they always jam. So the next one is H, which is 27. Do you have any preference on styles, Lisa? Like, do you have certain diamond painting styles that you like landscapes or flowers or something? Yeah, I don't really think about it like whether it's round or square. I just, if I see something I like, I'll get it. It doesn't put me off if it's round. But if it's something where I have a choice, I would probably get square. But it also comes down to the company. Some companies have got much better quality squares than others. Some you get a lot of really bad drills that are uneven sizes, drills that have got a lot of tabs on them. You find if you've got round, they tend to be okay, pretty much any company. Fantasy and animals. I don't know. I like to just mix things up. I don't know if I've got a favourite that I've done. I'm looking forward to doing Magic Bus from Diamond Art Club, just because it's really bright colours. I like that sort of style, like bold, bright colours. There's one. I can't remember. Can't remember the name. It's another Diamond Art Club yet again. We'll look at that up. It's like a white tiger with wings, sort of thing. I don't know why I'm bothering to do this because it doesn't show up very well on camera. Again, can't remember the name, so I'm just looking at thumbnails. I've got a lot to do. I must have passed it. That's Magic Plus. Can't really make it out, but you can see how bright it is. I don't have any wolf ones yet. That's annoying me. I can't remember the name of that thing. Don't tell me I don't have it. I found that as well. Sometimes I forget to put them in. Marine to Life is another one that I really like. Nero Tiger Luminous Ages, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything, but it looks really cool. It's like a white tiger with I don't know, a weird dragon tail type thing. Sort of fantasy stuff. And the Pumpkin Herder, that's another one that I really like. I really like again, it probably won't show very well, but just really like the artwork in that. It's really cool. So hopefully I get this one done for Halloween. I was going to say next year, it's this year. Halloween 2023, hopefully. Okay, 27, I have to look back. H. How long have you been diamond painting, Lisa? I started the end of 2019. I have a lot on the to-do list. Let's check it. 85. I've got 85 to do. And I have done 51. And I've got 2 in progress. Because my wife and I are working on Sail Away. Yeah, another Diamond Art. I shouldn't be talking about Diamond Art Club all the time, but another Diamond Art Club one. And again, you can't see it. We've only got one section left each. We've been working on it together. It's 119 centimetres wide. So we had it stretched over these 2 tables, and we started at one end each, working towards the middle, and then we got to the point none of us could reach the middle, so we moved it to the dining room table. And we've got it down to one section each to do. But we're waiting until my wife is feeling better, and then we're going to do a video and finish the last 2 sections. So we're looking forward to getting that one done, because we want to put it up in the living room. 4 years. How did you find out about diamond painting? So Ryan from DIY Moon Shop. I ordered my first package with them, did my first unboxing on my YouTube channel. I don't know how long I'd been doing this before I started the YouTube channel. It was quite a while. I used to do county cross stitch a long time ago, and I just started thinking about taking it up again. And I went online, just did a search for cross stitch, and saw an advert for diamond painting. And I thought, I wonder what that is, and had a look, and it appealed to me because you don't have all those threads to separate, and it just looked a lot less fiddly than using threads. So I started watching YouTube videos from everybody and anybody, and picked up hints and tips. I don't know, I probably looked at videos for about 2 months before I finally decided to buy one. And the first one I bought was from Homecraftology. It was a 60 by 60 square drills. But I ordered a light pad at the same time because I kept reading about the light pads and I was watching videos and it made sense. I was really glad that I got the light pad because a lot of the picture that I got was pretty dark. And I think if I hadn't had the light pad, I think I would have given up. So yeah, I sort of took the gamble because I spent the money on a light pad and didn't really know if I was going to enjoy diamond painting. But thankfully I did. Because I would always say to people who are totally new and thinking about starting to diamond paint, just buy the kit and don't buy any of the extra stuff that everybody talks about, like the fancy pens and light pads and storage systems and all that stuff. Just use the pink pen, the pink wax, and give it a try, and then see how it goes. And then if you buy another one, then maybe start thinking about getting extra stuff. There again, if you buy a light pad from the beginning, you would probably benefit from it, but it's just that I know that a lot of people are they're really tight. They have a really tight budget for buying stuff. I suppose the main thing is to get a diamond painting and maybe just use a light over it. I mean, it does work. It's just that I find it a lot easier with the light pad. But I just started like everybody, I suppose. I did that one, and before I'd finished it, I'd already ordered, I think, another two. And then I ordered a custom because the idea of doing a custom appealed to me. And one of my friends had just released an album, and I asked him if he could send me the album cover, and I got that done as a custom. It's a 80 by 100. I went even bigger, and yeah, that took a long time. Yeah, I mean, I read that like before I actually got a diamond painting. I kept reading about that. People were saying it's relaxing and they use it to de-stress and switch off and all that sort of thing. I wasn't that sort of taken with that idea. I thought, nah, I wasn't. To me, it was a sales pitch. But once I started doing it, I suddenly realised just how relaxing it can be. I listen to music normally. Obviously, I can't do it when I'm on YouTube because I'll get a strike for copyrighted music. But normally, I sit here with headphones on and I diamond paint and listen to music and just relax. It's for me, it's a form of relaxation. I don't use a multiplacer. I've never used a multiplacer. I enjoy single placing. I feel I get more from my money. It takes me longer to do a diamond painting. But I would say it definitely is a really good way to relax. It's quite easy to switch off from everything that's going on in the world and just sit and place drills. I really enjoy it. Whereas the cross stitch wasn't quite as relaxing. having to count I did counted cross stitch, so it wasn't like printed on the canvas. So you had to count every square and double check that you were doing it right and feed the threads behind and underneath and without leaving any signs it was there. And it wasn't quite as relaxing as this. Not for me anyway. But I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing the cross stitch. I enjoyed it when I finished it and looked at it. That was the best part. For me, the best part of the diamond painting is actually doing the diamond painting. It's okay having it at the end and it looks good, but it's the actual doing it that I like. Yeah, I've never even tried a multiplacer. I've got a bag full of them. Just no interest in using them. I just prefer a single place. I'm not in any rush. I don't do any other crafts or anything. This is it. Doing cross stitch but not on YouTube. 3D card paint. Oh, that's it takes me all my time just to diamond paint. I noticed a lot of people crochet as well. A lot of people diamond paint crochet. I've never tried crochet. .3D card, is that like birthday cards and things that are like layered? Yeah, my mum used to do that. She enjoyed doing that. She did them like for Christmas cards and stuff. You buy packs of all these different things, and then you use whatever you want on the cards. They looked really cool. Do you have a favourite diamond painting that you've done? I think I haven't done it yet, but I think the pumpkin herder is maybe going to be my favourite. But I like Magic Boss as well. I've only got one diamond painting that I didn't like, and that was I decided to try and do a mystery one. And I got it, and yeah, I just didn't like it. So I don't try and do mystery ones anymore. Well, it was just a cheap one. It was just the I just didn't like the picture at all. And then I've got another one. I suppose I will do it eventually, maybe. A company got in touch with me and asked me if I would be interested in doing some reviews, and I had done some stuff with them before, and then they got in touch again. I think maybe I'd done maybe 2 or 3 different reviews, and then they got in touch again and asked me if I'd be interested in doing another one. And they said, "Would you like us to pick them, or do you want to choose them yourself?" So I've always chosen them myself, and I thought that's something a bit different. Just get stuff that I've never seen. So I said, "Yeah, just you choose them." So they sent me, I think, 3, and one of them is absolutely, definitely one that I would never have done ever. Let's see if I can find it. Don't know what it's called. I don't know. I mean, I probably will never get around to doing it. Yeah, that's the thing. But I mean, I noticed that even Diamond Art Club is getting on this mystery bandwagon thing. The thing about the mystery kits is, if it's a subject you don't like, you're stuck with it. Doesn't matter how good the quality is, if you don't like it. Try to find this one. Just called it Panda. That is definitely not something that I would have chosen. It's a baby panda with angel wings holding a heart. Um, Whether that will ever get done, I don't know. I don't know whether just to do it and get it out of the way. It's definitely something different, but definitely not something that I would have chosen. So from now on, I don't let companies choose. I mean, I get it. I get the sort of appeal of not knowing what it is, but it's when you do know what it is and you realise you really don't like it, and you've probably spent money on it. Yeah, that's a good point. Size, quality, print, round and square drills even, depending on the size. The smaller the size, the more important it is. I did a review where, well, it wasn't a review, it was a comparison, where I bought a diamond painting at, I think, the largest size I could get for that picture, and I bought one of the smallest size for the same picture. And I did both diamond paintings and compared them. And it was to show the difference in detail. I mean, the difference in detail was massive. But then you've also got the thing about the price. The larger they are, the more they cost, and the larger they are, the more wall space they take up, or the more space they take up when you finished it. Some people might not want the largest size, even though it would probably be the best detail. Um, what I like about Diamond Art Club is the fact they don't give you a choice. It's basically, this is the size that we reckon looks good, and that's it. And they decide whether it's in round or square. So all of that guesswork is taken away. But on the flip side of that, a lot of the Diamond Art Club diamond paintings are pretty big. Some are very big. But I think it's difficult to find a good small uh, subject, because any detail on a very small diamond painting, any detail is just going to disappear, which makes it really hard to choose. I think people who are new might just go for the smallest size because they think it's going to look the same, just smaller. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And the way colours blend together. Some companies do it very, very well. Just the choice of colour, the way the colours blend into each other, uh, just looks really, really good. This is the thing about doing confetti, you're looking all over the place for maybe one drill. I got quite interested in abstract art. I think abstract art works really well with diamond painting because it tends to be there isn't a lot of fine detail, just a lot of shapes and bold colours. I like that. And I think you could probably get down to a pretty small size and it would still look good. I have quite a few abstracts and I haven't done any of them yet. And most of them are pretty big. I don't like there's only confetti in the painting. Yeah, it's good to get a mixture. This one, there are chunks, but like I said earlier, anything on the owl is there's a lot of confetti in this. Doesn't look like much, but there is a lot. This section here is all black, or pretty much 310. But yeah, there's more confetti on this than not. And this is very time consuming. And I know a lot of people don't like it because it takes time because you're either spending a lot of time trying to make sure that you've got all the same colour in the section or you're changing colours a lot. And a lot of people don't like that. I don't know, I quite like confetti. I did a custom of Newhound Harbour in Copenhagen. I took a picture edited it. I ran a filter on it to make it look like oil painting and got that done as a custom. That was very, very heavy and confetti. And again, when I was working on it, it didn't look like anything. It really, when I had done a fair chunk and I was looking at it, I thought, this is going to look terrible. But when it was finished and I stepped back from it, I was really surprised. It's funny how when you're looking up close, you don't really see what you're looking at. And then as you go back, suddenly everything just comes in. I quite like that. Try and find it. Again, I don't know. Can't really see it. But it's a frozen canal. I took it in the winter time. The canal was frozen solid. There's some boats frozen into the ice. And then these are the buildings of Newhaven. Really, really old part of Copenhagen. It actually turned out really good. I was quite surprised. But so I don't know. I think it depends on mood as well. Sometimes I just like bright colours, like bright, bold colours. I think they look really good in diamond paintings. This one is anything but bright and bold. The only bright and bold thing in this one are the owl's eyes. I'm looking forward to seeing them in contrast to the rest, because the rest of it's pretty dull. And again, it depends on the company. I did one a long time ago from Wish, and the colours on that, I don't know, it looked like it should be bright, but they were really dull. I like ABs as well when they're used sparingly. I think they work really well. Just random highlights. I haven't decided what I'm doing after this one. Evermoment, I think I've got something from Evermoment, but I can't remember. That's the one thing with GemsFlow. I don't think you can do it, like search by company. I'm sure I've got something, at least one. I can't remember what. I have, because I've got Evermoment tweezers, I remember. I think maybe it's another owl. No, that was Spell Queen. Can't remember. So far, I've tried 44 different oh, there it is. 44 different companies. That's the Evermoment one that I've got. It's a sunset. You've got the beach at this side, and then the waves, and then the sky. It just looks very, very similar to a beach that my wife and I walked along in just outside Copenhagen, and it was just at sunset. The whole thing is very, very similar. So I ordered that one. I've had it for a long time and haven't started. It's pretty big, if I remember. 90 by 60. Yeah, I like it. I like the colours in it. That was luck. Second guess. As usual, I forget what symbol I'm doing. Plus. Have you ever done the wrong colour? Maybe been doing one symbol and then switched colours and forgot, and you used the same colour in the wrong symbol? I think I've done it maybe 3 times. Luckily, the colours have been totally wrong for the areas. When I started putting them down, I'm thinking, that doesn't look right. So check it and then find out I've just placed 50 drills with the wrong colour. That's what happens when you get distracted. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm usually okay, but it's just sometimes like somebody maybe comes into the room and asks me something, so I end up doing whatever, and then I forget that I've changed onto a new colour. Like I've maybe been doing a colour for quite a bit, and I've just changed to a new colour, and then I forget, and I put the wrong colour in the wrong place. Do you number your containers, or do you use the symbols? Because I work with numbers. Obviously, with these bags, I work with numbers, but I use Tic Tac containers, and they're all numbered 1 to 90, because that's the most number of colours that I've used so far. I've never worked with symbols, like the labels as symbols. The only problem with doing it with numbers is you can have like number 5, like box number 5 or bag number 5, but you could actually have the symbol number 5, like you've got number 5, and then you've got maybe number 20 as a 5. That sort of thing where you get them mixed up. So I usually triple check before I actually place the drill. Make sure that it's container number 5 and not the number 5. Like in here, I'm saying 5 because there's a symbol number 5 here. And symbol number 5 is actually number 29. It can be quite easy if you lose concentration and you see 5, you use bag number 5. Should actually be bag 29 in this case. I've nearly been caught out. Now I do a triple check before I actually place a drill. To me, that's the only downside of working from numbers. Because I've got the containers labelled 1 to 90 and I don't have to ever change those labels. Whereas if I was doing it with symbols, I have to change it every time I do a new kit. And kitting up and kitting down are not my favourite things. I use bags where I'm writing on a paper what I call the painting, then I write the DMC, then the number I'm working on, and if it's a square around. Okay, so you put all the information. I think it can be quite confusing for people who are new and they watch videos of how people work, and you find there's different ways that people work, and you're not really sure what one would suit you. Oh, you put the paper in the bags. Okay. I've never heard anybody do that before. Normally, it's they put a label on the lid of the container. Just checking to see if I've missed any. I wish all the companies would do this. Number the bags, resealable bags. Got a little label outside the bag where I write the DMC number. Yeah. See, I don't look at anything else. I just, like, for example, the one that I'm working on, I just look at the number. Like, I look at the symbol. Like, the next symbol is the nuclear symbol, as I call it, and that is number 18. I never look at the DMC code, ever. But again, people work differently. It's just getting a system that works for you. It's the same with containers and things. And again, I think it gets confusing for people when they're looking up YouTube, trying to find out what containers to get, and you've got some people saying Elizabeth Ward, some people saying Tic Tacs, some people saying Harbour Freight, some people saying the bags, and they're not really sure what is the best. I don't think there actually is a best. It's really just whatever works for you. I mean, I'm quite happy with the Tic Tacs. A lot of people say they're too small, but I've got a system, and the way it works, I don't have any problems. But I do have a lot of Tic Tac containers. I have 2 cases, so that's 160 Tic Tacs. And then I use what are they called? Craftably, Lockables. Can't remember the name. Craftmates. This is what I use. This isn't for this kit, but this is what I use when I've got a lot of one colour. When I did Batman, all of these were filled with black. And I actually had all of the drills out between the cases that I use and these things, 100 and something thousand drills all ready to be used without having to take other stuff out. These are really good if you have a lot of one colour. I got the small ones as well, but I never use them. I like to test things. I like to get things and try them and see what I think. That's why I end up with a lot of stuff. I'm just always curious when I see things and think, how would that work? When I finish the work, I put the beads in my leftover stash. If I have to give something in a gift, then I hide it in the official bag to the painting. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we keep the spares, and we've got them all in bags, maybe a bit bigger than these. And they're all labelled with the DMC codes. We've got one box for squares, one box for rounds. When I first started doing it, I was writing the company name. So I had Homecraftology 310s, Diamond Art Club 310s, whatever other company 310. And I thought, this is just getting a bit too much. So I just put all the 310s together. The chances are I'm going to be looking for like just a few, so I can just pick out the ones. Like the new Diamond Art Club drills are a lot shinier than the others. So if it was a Diamond Art Club and I wanted to replace, or if I was missing, say 310s for whatever reason, I would just pick them out, the 310s. But after saying that, I do have a bag that I've marked DAC new. But still, I'm thinking like 1 or 2 drills in a whole diamond painting, as long as it's roughly the same colour, nobody's going to notice it. I mean, I've got one. What was it? The Little Tin Soldier, and I did that and deliberately missed the drill and left the space. And I've had that hanging up, and people have looked at it. I took it to work. I've just actually taken it down from work because I had it up over Christmas period. I put that up in the wall. Nobody noticed there was a drill missing. So, I mean, we're really fussy with what we do, but in general, people don't notice it. If one drill is slightly lighter or darker than the drills around it, nobody's going to notice it. 2-story for rounds. Yeah, we just got one. Six. Whoa. I use like the big boxes that are actually for baseball cards. So one for rounds, one for square. Oops. Okay, I've just noticed it's 10 o'clock, so that's definitely late enough for me. So thanks for dropping in, Lisa. If you hadn't been in, I wouldn't have had anybody to talk to. But as I said earlier, the problem I've got is I'm in Copenhagen, and I am between 6 and 8 hours in front of America. So most people will be at work, and I'm heading to bed basically. So nearly 10 o'clock Eastern time would be 4? Big book for big paintings. You can't have on the wall. Oh, you're in Aarhus. Oh. I just always take it for granted people are in America. I've never been to Aarhus. Yeah, I went to Jutland, or we went to Jutland in the summer there. And we went up to Skien and a few other places, but we never went to Aarhus. I've been living in Copenhagen 10 years. I've been off Zealand twice. The first time I think I'd been here, I think it was the first year I was here, we went over to Legoland. And then 9 years later, went back over. Yeah, we had a good time. But I don't know, I really like Copenhagen. I could spend all my time here. I've been here 10 years and I still really enjoy it. I should get out more though. 2008. Yeah, I moved 2012. 2012. Yeah, that's right. 2012. So where did you move from? You may have told me this before and I've forgotten. Fun. Ah, okay. Fun. Actually, I've got just talking about Dent in case anybody watches it. I don't think anybody will watch the replay, but you never know. If anybody is watching the replay, Lisa's on mainland Denmark, and I'm on an island called Zealand. Diamond painting in Denmark is still in its infancy, I would say. Actually, at Christmas there, I've got 3 kits that I bought in Copenhagen. I'm going to be doing unboxings, but I'll let you get a sneak peek. So these are the 3 kits that I got from 3 different places. This first one is from Panduro. I haven't opened it yet. Round drills, 30 by 30. Coming to an unboxing near you soon. Really, really hard to find diamond paintings in Denmark. This one is from Bilka, or Bilka. I thought this one was quite funny because in the bottom corner here it says this side up. I don't know if they really need to tell you that. 25 by 30. This one's pre-framed. It's already on a wooden frame. So it's got a hardboard backing as well. So you can't use a light pad. Round drills again. Basic kit. And then one that's too late for Christmas. So that was a 30 by 20. And again, it's on the frame. So I'm going to be doing them as unboxings. Again, round. All of them are round. But that was as good as it got. They don't have anything like Diamond Art Club or anything like that. Do you have any craft shops in Aarhus where you can get diamond paintings? Check what I'm doing again. 18. You're right, it's really hard to find diamond painting in Denmark. That's why I order them from the other country. Yeah. I spoke to the girl in Panduro in Copenhagen. The one that I got, that one was in Fields. Yeah, that's where that last one came from. The Christmas one. They had a bigger one, but I don't know. I didn't really like it. It was a winter scene with a house, and again it was round drills, but very basic. Not a lot of detail and stuff in it. So I decided to go for the smaller one. But I was just curious. I actually found one in Netto. Was it Netto? I think it was Netto. You know how they have those spot areas where it's like a cage and they've got things, random things at times. I found a diamond painting one time. There was only one, so I bought it. It was a partial. Let me find it. It had a weird smell. That's what I remember of that one. The glue had a really strong smell. Uh, I don't know what I called it. Oh, let's see. I called it Netto Zebra. For people outside Denmark, Netto is a supermarket, a budget supermarket. That was the Netto Zebra. It's a partial. The white is no glue on the white area. It looks okay for what it is, but yeah, it was a really strong smell of the glue, that one. But I've never seen anything that I would say was a good diamond painting. They all seem to be just basic things, round drills, just basic stuff. Yeah, I have, but I can't really remember much now. I don't want to say anything because I might be talking about the wrong company, but fan cells. Are they the ones that do the licensed artwork? There's there was a company that was starting up in the UK and they do licensed artwork. I remember getting in touch with them a long time ago and then I sort of forgot about them. I don't know. Fan cells. I don't think that's right. But I have heard the name fan cells. I know that I don't have anything from them. I don't know if I looked and it just wasn't anything that I liked or if I thought they were expensive or can't remember. I've seen it from another YouTuber. Yeah, I haven't bought anything from them. Not yet anyway. I probably said that I've tried 44 different companies so far. Fan sales isn't one of them. Okay, I think that's that. I've definitely, yeah, I'm going to have a look. I've definitely heard the name. Yeah, I think it was just there was nothing that I really, nothing that really caught my attention. That's if it's fansales.com. I see there's a lot of copyrighted stuff like Disney, Winnie the Pooh, Minions. I try and avoid that type of thing. Care Bears, Harry Potter. More Disney. Do cross stitch as well. Yeah, that isn't the company I was thinking about. There is a company in the UK that only does licensed diamond paintings. Obviously not them. What do I think? I think they look like pretty much any other budget diamond painting website. They've got a lot of stuff that's a bit iffy, to say the least. Key rings and stuff as well. But I don't know. I mean, I can only just by looking at it, I would expect budget stuff, and looking at the prices, I would be pretty sure it's just going to be the same old, same old. The kits are folded and rolled up, they aren't in boxes. I'm just guessing. I mean, I might be wrong. Green tray, square of pink wax, pink pen. Just, I don't know about shipping though. Like if that's from the UK, you're going to get hit with a tax. Whereas if you get stuff from China, you don't. Or I haven't. But I have bought stuff from the UK and been hit with the tax, which can be pretty steep. Especially if you're buying budget stuff, which isn't that expensive. And then Danish customs get their hands on it and slap you with a tax. I mean, the thing is, it's another company. I mean, I don't know. I'm always curious, but I think maybe I looked at that and just never really thought much about it when I saw it. The other one was more interesting because it was licensed artwork, but obviously it would be more expensive. Okay, 10:15, near enough. I'm going to head off. So thanks again, Lisa, for dropping in and chatting. I hope you feel better soon. As I said, I've got quite a few things to. Yeah, I've got a lot of things actually to unbox and review. Just been kind of quiet over the Christmas period. The one can't remember. In fact, I couldn't even guess. I was going to try a search. Can't remember. I haven't bought anything off them. When I first got in touch with them, I think they had just pretty much started, and then I sort of forgot about them, and then I looked back again more recently, and they had more artists. But again, there wasn't really anything that appealed to me, for what I can remember. It was more, I'd say, definitely more aimed at women. I think. I can't remember. The artwork was very girly, and not really anything that I was interested in. A lot of pink and purple, for what I can remember. But it may have changed. Cannot remember. Cannot remember. Sorry. Let's just try diamond painting UK. Mm, Maybe Diamond Art Studio? Just reading through. I'm not sure if it's them. It's not obvious. It could be. Yeah, Diamond Art Studio. They've got licensed artists. Yeah, this is some of them. This is like kids stuff. Pretty expensive though. Again, it doesn't show up very well. But diamondartstudio.co.uk, you could have a look and see if you can find stuff. I just picked one artist. I mean, they aren't all like that. They just happen to be kids. Yeah, I think it was that one. But I'm looking through it and there's not really anything that appeals to me. But it was a very quiet live. It would have been even quieter if you hadn't come in. So thanks for dropping in. Yeah, as I said, I've got. I can't even think how many. I'm guessing about maybe 15 to 20 things to do unboxing wise. Maybe try and do some this weekend. So, yeah, that's it. I'm going to head off. So, thanks for dropping in, Lisa, and thanks for watching. Anybody who sat through some of it at least. And I'll carry on working with this. It's going to take a while, but nearly halfway there with Coffee Owl. I'll probably still be working on it in the next live. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.